Hi everyone, and welcome to the first lesson in our Forex trading course, where we will be covering the basics of Forex trading. So exactly what is Forex? Well, if you go to the US, for example, you would need some US dollars. So you go to a foreign exchange provider and exchange some of your SA rands for US dollars at the current exchange rate, let's say 14 rand per dollar. After your holiday, you still have some dollars left and you want to exchange them back. But now the exchange rate is 13 rand 50, which means that the rand has strengthened. It is these changes in the exchange rate that make it possible for you to make money on the foreign exchange market. So basically you are exchanging one currency for another, and this is known as Forex. The Forex market is the largest financial market in the world, with $5.3 trillion of turnover per day, and it is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. Now let's talk a little bit about some of the currencies and how they fit into the Forex picture. We have what we refer to as the majors, which are the top currencies in the world. These are the US dollar, the euro, the Japanese yen, the British pound, the Swiss franc, the Canadian dollar, the Australian dollar, and the New Zealand dollar. You also get minor and exotic currencies, which aren't as widely traded. The South African rand falls under the exotic category. As you can see from the ZAR symbol I just used, currency symbols always only have 3 letters. The first 2 letters identify the country, and the third letter stands for the currency. Examples of this are ZAR for South African rand, USD for US dollar, CAD for Canadian dollar, GBP for Great British pound, and EUR for the euro. Now, trading in Forex can only be done through a Forex broker, and it is the simultaneous buying of one currency and the selling of another. Because of this, Forex is always traded in pairs. And just like you have major and minor currencies, you also get major and minor currency pairs. The major currency pairs all contain the US dollar on the one side. These are the most frequently traded and most liquid pairs in the world. Minor currency pairs do not contain the US dollar. The most actively traded minor pairs usually include the euro, the Japanese yen, or the Great British pound. Examples of these are the euro Great British pound, the Great British pound Japanese yen, the Canadian dollar Swiss franc, and the South African rand Japanese yen. Exotic currency pairs are made up of one major currency that is paired up with the currency of an emerging market. Our currency, the ZAR, falls under this category. They are not as heavily traded as the majors and the minors. And examples of these are the US dollar ZAR, the Great British pound ZAR, or the euro ZAR. Okay, so as mentioned earlier, the Forex market is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, but there are definitely better times to trade than others. The Forex market can be broken down into 4 major trading sessions: the Sydney session, the Tokyo session, the London session, and the New York session. Because of daylight savings time, these sessions differ slightly for us depending on the time of the year, but here is a chart giving you the times of the different sessions in winter and summer. The busiest times to trade Forex is when 2 of these sessions overlap, because there's a lot more volume being traded. The London session is generally the busiest session, so it works well if you trade this session when it overlaps with the Tokyo and the New York session. During the winter from 9 to 10 our time, the Tokyo session and London session overlap. and during the summer from 3 to 7 our time, and during the winter from 2 to 6 our time, the London session and the New York session overlap. The middle of the week shows the most movement, so Tuesdays to Thursdays are generally the busiest days. The worst times to trade are on Sundays, public holidays, and on Fridays the liquidity seems to thin out a bit towards the end of the New York session. It is also wise to avoid trading during major news events. As we've seen recently with Brexit and the US elections, these can cause major volatility and can hurt quite badly. I'd like to thank you for your time. We've reached the end of this first video. In our next video, we will be explaining how to read a Forex quote. See you then.